Going the distance for local sports. This is X Sports Today.
A local law firm respected throughout the state. Generations of clients have turned to Boston, Holt, and Durham since 1948. We assist individuals and businesses with their legal needs, including real estate, property closings, personal injury, employment discrimination, and family law. Our clients get the personal attention and convenience of a hometown law firm with the resources and ability to handle any case. Come see us at Boston, Holt, and Durham.
Make your property rock and roll with services from G&S Excavating, specializing in white sand, compost, mulch, topsoil, landscape gravel, and steel landscape edging. Turn to the pros who know how to make your project shine with years of experience. The best part is they're locally owned and operated. Choose from a vast selection of mulch and rock from their conveniently located facility at number 3 Valley Road in Lawrenceburg, just off Buffalo Road. Phone 931-279-3841 and get started today. Got primary care? Find your way to better health with Primary Care by One Stop Medical. With decades of combined experience, you'll find a one-on-one relationship just like the old days, but with the convenience and technology of today. When One Stop Medical does primary care, it's the best. Call today for an appointment and find your way to healthy living. Serving Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Hohenwald. Phone 931-244-8220. Primary Care by One Stop Medical at its best.
Volco Auto Supply in Lawrenceburg has a legacy of being a family-owned and operated company. Since 1927, our business has grown and evolved into today's one-stop source for all your automotive supplies. But in that time, one thing has stayed the same, and that's our commitment to our customers and their needs. At Volco Auto Supply, you'll find everything for your car, truck, or even fleet of vehicles, but with good old-fashioned customer service the way it needs to be. That's Volco Auto Supply, 416 Buffalo Road in Lawrenceburg. Visit VolcoAuto.com.
Hi, I'm Jeff Overton, pastor of Mars Hill Baptist Church. And it's that time of year again where the hallways of the schools come alive with life. We love hearing the children go back, their laughter, their squeals, the excitement. And we want you to know at Mars Hill Baptist Church, we're praying for you as you start back to school. Whether you're in the kindergarten and starting your very first day, or whether this is your senior year, it's the last time you're going to walk the halls of that high school. We want you to know we're praying for you and we're supporting you. We're praying you have a great, productive year, a safe year, and when you come to the end of this school year, you look back and say, what a great year it's been. I also like to encourage you. We have a great children and student ministries at Mars Hill Baptist Church, and we'd love to come alongside you and help you grow in that area of your life as well. So as you begin this school year, begin knowing we're behind you, we support you, and we love you. God bless you. Have a great school year.
Going the distance for local sports. This is X Sports Today.
And welcome back to X Sports Today, here on a cloudy, overcast, feeling like fall Monday afternoon. This I can get used to this weather too.
Which this was last week.
Yeah.
Taylor.
So you got to blame Taylor for the bad stuff, and you got to thank him for the good stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll give us a round of applause today.
Yeah, the past couple of days have been just absolutely fantastic. Very nice relief from the heat.
Yeah. It feels great out there. Definitely, it feels great, and it's the first day of school here in Lawrence County, and so everyone's back in school. Hopefully, they're watching us and not paying attention to their teachers. Just kidding. All that stuff. It's been a hard day for me because I did it this morning. Dropped him off to his first preschool, and I've been with that kid every day till at least noon for 3.5 years, and to watch him walk in. He handled it really good. He handled it way better than what Daddy handled it this morning. So it's I'll be fine. I'll be fine tomorrow. But today has been very, very emotional. At one point, I just looked at the dog after I dropped, my daughter off at her sitter. I go, well, Ellie, it's just me and you. And she's looking at me and was like, I've been trying to get rid of you forever.
Let's watch SummerSlam back.
Yeah, get out of the house. What is your deal? Happy first day of school. But a lot of news kind of breaking today. The first one right off the get-go. I know, Michael, you just noticed that this one's, kind of came down just a little bit ago.
Yeah, about a half hour ago.
The men's and women's NCAA basketball tournaments will not be expanding this season. Senior Vice President of Basketball Dan Gavin announced Monday, expanding the tournament fields is no longer being contemplated for 2026. However, the committee will continue the conversations on whether to recommend expanding the 72 or 76 teams in advance of the 2027 season. So at least for this year, we are just sticking with the 68 in the men's and women's tournament.
Yeah, and I hope it would go longer until we look for expansion, because just obviously making the NCAA tournament still means something. There's those fringe schools that are in the ACC and the Big 12 and stuff like that are and this is almost why they're doing expansions for these other conferences, because it feels like the SEC and the Big 10 kind of just take over in everything. So making it a little bit bigger where some more conferences can try to get a little bit more representation. But I like the idea of keeping it at 68 for as long as you can. Keep the meaning of making March Madness feel like something, because then your bubble teams are going to be teams that are like 500, like we are in for regionals in baseball and softball.
Yeah, I'm completely with you. If they did expand, I don't want them to go like too far. I feel like, I don't know if you could just add 2 more teams and make it a 70-team field, or if you had to go 72. I don't know how that bracket would work at that point. But I will say I was a fan of when they expanded and they included that first 4.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was a fan of that, because you did have a lot of good teams out there that, they probably deserved to be in the tournament, but they ended up going to the NIT instead.
Right.
And I feel like you are able to incorporate those teams, but at some point it is overkill. Same thing with the college football playoff. At some point it's overkill.
Yep.
It's a lot more, though, with the college basketball, because you make a good point. You keep expanding and expanding, you're going to end up getting these bubble teams that are 16 and 16 or 17 and 16, and they're just like, they didn't really deserve to be in, but you got to pick somebody.
I think the committee is looking. They're looking at that the NIT doesn't matter anymore. Teams are opting out of the NIT. The CBI, CIT, things that were kind of a big deal 15 years ago aren't a big deal anymore, and a lot of teams are opting out. I mean, it's a big deal for UNA down the road for us to make it to the NIT for the first time ever. But instead of them say going to Illinois or going to Indiana, they went to Bradley.
Yeah,
that was the best option.
Hey, that Bradley team was really good though,
they were really good.
But it doesn't have that same feeling of going to a Big Ten school that that just missed the tournament.
And I was like you. I was really excited when the first 4 that stuff came out, because we've had 2 teams that started in the first 4 make it to the final 4.
I know VCU. I believe
there's been at least 2. I think
I want to say UCLA did it a few.
Yeah, they did it in COVID year. They were first 4 and they made it to the final 4.
So
VCU did it in 2013, I believe, and then Tennessee was actually a first 4 team in 2016 and made the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
I think VC. When did they do the first 4?
I think the first year was
that the first year?
I think so.
I thought that was the case.
So it's been successful, but I think if you're expanding it by 4, 8 teams, we're going to be getting into a territory of, okay, well, this match, are they going to be because we're it's 16s and 12s or 13s.
Yeah, you have 2 16s games and then 2 11s.
We have 9 seeds battling out, or 8 seeds? Where do you go?
Well, I don't like the idea of the 16 seeds having to play in. I think if you win a small conference, you should just get to be in and have all those play-in games be the 11 seeds.
We're talking about the Power 4 schools who are right on that.
I would say, and the only reason I'm slightly in favor, to speak positively on expansion, is you get more of those Cinderella teams that maybe shouldn't have made the tournament. Then they'll get that chance to make a run. So it could be more exciting for some of those, maybe even the bigger mid-major schools like the Bradleys from last year and Drake and teams like that will have a 28-3 record but won't make it because they lose their conference championship game.
I want Hayden's thought on this too, because you make a good point where I'm kind of with that 16 seed mentality where I don't like the 16 seeds having a play-in game.
Yeah.
I feel like you have your 16 seed, you're locked in, and you're playing whoever 1 seed that you get. That's fine. I would like to have that first 4
be all 11 seeds.
Be all 11 seeds or 12, or mix it up, do 11s and 12s, do something where it incorporates those mid-majors, those teams that can make that Cinderella run.
Yeah.
And I feel like with a couple of 16s, you're kind of removing a couple of those teams.
I mean, I think if you put the 11 seeds, that's obviously where it's been. I would probably go with like a 13 or a 15 maybe instead of a 12 or like I was thinking the 7s, but in my opinion, now I think about it, I think it's just way too high for those other ones.
Yeah.
But I think 16s, I agree with you. I think that's a good for those teams that can lock themselves in with that. That's huge for them. But 11, obviously, I think that needs to stay the same, and then I think 13, 15, those odd numbers like that. I think those are where you need to go.
Especially a lot of those 16 seeds. I mean, you look at the records.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's why the NCAA went with that, because there are like 16 and 18.
Yeah.
Like they win the MEAC, but they went 1 and 12 in the non-conference.
Or sometimes you'll get them where they're like 28 and 3, but they just don't play anybody, and they're in like the SWAC.
Yeah. So
But and another thing, I hope they keep the first 4 in Dayton for as long as they can. Obviously, expansion would change that, but it's awesome, and the fans up there love it. Like, I mean, you obviously your schools are going to have fans, but the people at Dayton just go out and enjoy it. Like say the people in Nashville for the SEC tournament or the baseball tournament in Hoover, just the people in the community coming out and supporting it because it's cool.
The perfect thing that I saw, and that just encapsulates March Madness as a whole, is the buzzer beater that we had this past season with, it was like Alabama State and somebody else.
Yeah.
And they pan to the fans, and you have all of these Dayton Flyer fans
Going
wearing
crazy.
their jerseys and everything, and they're just going nuts.
Because they just love basketball. And honestly, I think the first 4, I mean, y'all can disagree if you want to. I think that is almost basketball in its purest form, really. Because you get these 16 seeds that maybe their school hasn't made the tournament in 15 years, and they're going out there and they leave it all on the line. And the same thing with these 11 seeds. It's, hey, people say we shouldn't be here. Let's prove them wrong. Right. Unless you're Virginia and you go like 2.5 hours of real time without scoring a point. But that's neither here nor there.
neither here nor
It was Virginia versus Colorado State a couple of years ago.
Yep, that's right.
Oh, God, I love that. Well, guys, let's get into some baseball. We had a baseball game over at Bristol this week, and the Braves won.
Yep.
That's
on
not the
Sunday.
biggest.
On Sunday, on a game that they experienced some East Tennessee weather, which we're all familiar with at one point or another, especially in the summer. It's just as unpredictable as, say, Florida is. But that wasn't necessarily the story. It was a lot of people were just not used to Bristol.
Yep.
Don't know what it's like to go there for any event at Bristol, whether it's a night race, day race, football game.
Yep.
I'm in that boat. Baseball, and from what the reports and everything that people are saying on social media, I don't even think Bristol
was ready
for this.
The Braves won, America lost.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you saw screenshots of people posting they were getting nachos and they had run out of cheese. They were getting just hot dogs without buns because they had run out of buns. They had run out of.
How do you run out of buns?
Yeah.
You would think they would have a 1-to-1 ratio of hot dogs to buns, but I guess not. They've run out of some beverages.
Someone ordered double buns with the hot dogs.
Go down the road to the Piggly Wiggly and get you some hot dog buns.
Exactly.
You'll get back 4 hours later.
Yeah, you would.
That's the problem.
And the field conditions Saturday night were less than exceptional. Obviously, I mean, like you mentioned, the weather was not great. I mean, it was cold and wet up there all day. And
the problem, yes, the weather sucked on Saturday, but you found out how hard it can be to have an actual field to play in that situation because they talked about it. You had to bring in gravel. They brought in a ton of gravel. You got gravel, and you've got your dirt, and then they had turf. I think was the grass. Yeah. So that in itself is not going to drain well. But you saw how quickly that infield cannot hold water, and it's because it's not on natural ground. There's asphalt underneath that, with the infield.
And there's no natural, like, I was there for the football game, and it had a tiny bit of a crown, which most of these new football stadiums do. They're not like the big humps.
Yes.
But if you're actually on that field, you'll notice there's a little bit of a crown, which is enough to drain it out.
Yeah.
But just like you said, they're not used to that racing-wise.
Well, I just remember there was a play where I think it was a ground ball to Ellie De La Cruz at shortstop, and it looked like he was standing in the ocean over there at third base. I mean, it was
horrible.
Yeah.
And we kept texting back and forth in one of our family chats, and it was like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it was the MLB that was just, we have to get this game in, we have to get this game in.
Right.
But then they come around and say, no, we'll postpone it till Sunday. It's like, could you not have done that earlier?
From the get-go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because obviously, I think if there wasn't any rain and you didn't have to worry about the weather, I think that it would have been received more a little bit better by the fans. Obviously, the things in the stands were out of MLB's control, but I think it would have been received better if there were obviously better conditions to play in, because baseball is not as fun watching it or playing in it in the rain.
Right.
So I think that would have changed a lot.
And especially without nachos and cheese.
Yeah.
Well, nachos, but not cheese.
No cheese.
And, and the fans are, there's no cover there at all whatsoever. But, I know a lot of people went to the football game, the Battle of Bristol between UT and Virginia Tech, and I was there covering Virginia Tech at the time, and I've talked to a bunch of people who were there and said, well, we have plenty of food. They're practically handing it to us on the way out because they had so much. Like, how do you...
Yeah.
Like they have concerts. They have monster trucks. They've had football, and they're actually I think about to bring football back, and they want to bring hockey there at some point. Which I'm still trying. I mean, the Predators have to be.
The Predators have to be there.
Maybe the Hurricanes, maybe Carolina,
or Columbus. I'm trying to think of the closest teams around Bristol.
Because there's not a team in South Carolina or Georgia.
Chicago, maybe.
Does Charlotte have a team?
No, they have AAA.
AAA, yeah.
Or AHL.
Yeah.
I do know the inner workings of hockey a little
We
bit.
know one of the teams will be there.
Yeah.
It's got to be Nashville.
Yeah.
So there's a amazing stat that Michael told me this morning, and there are 2 home runs that has been hit in the major leagues in the state of Tennessee, and they're both hit
by Eli White.
Yeah,
he was definitely he was the hero of the weekend, and we had like a home run car going around the track. I thought that was cool.
Yeah. I would have loved to see batting practice to see how far some of those balls were going.
I heard that he was flying.
That one he hit was like,
crushed.
10 rows up.
Yeah,
man, because that bank.
Yeah. See some of those
up an embankment. I mean, he crushed.
Yeah. See some of those bigger guys in BP or Acuna. He can hit 470 just like that. Yeah. So that would have been cool.
Yeah, it would have been great. But hopefully a lot of living and learning, especially if they're wanting to. I'm trying to think. The only thing they could probably bring there hockey wise is the Winter Classic.
Yeah.
Because it would. I mean, not that this baseball thing interfere, but they just do. There's a lot of stuff that happens at Bristol most people don't know, but I just don't think Bristol clearly wasn't ready to handle weather or handle whatever, which I'm really surprised that they did not have enough food.
Yeah. I'm starting to think that maybe there was something that happened with the concession Saturday night that obviously that when you got there Sunday morning, they were just most of the food had been like, because I'm not sure what all how long you can store nacho cheese or hot dog buns or stuff like that, or
but that's such a good point.
But
and how long they were sitting there in that rain delay.
Too. That's true. But you think if they're in there for 2 hours, and most of these baseball games go 3 hours, and then you got people, you open up the doors 1 hour and a half before first pitch.
Yeah.
You're expecting a 5 to 6 hour window where you should have enough food.
Yes.
So
especially with NASCAR races lasting at like 5 to 6 hours possibly. Yeah. And you got to consider rain delays too in NASCAR. You could be at the track for about 10 to 12 hours.
Oh, easily.
So, I mean, I've never, in all the places that I've gone to and traveled and been as a fan, been as a media member, ever heard of a place running out of food.
Yeah.
I've just never heard of that before.
Yeah. I've heard that, you'll have, if they have specialty items at some
those
that's one thing, but running out of nachos and hot dogs, heck, even hamburgers.
And those and I feel like that's pretty simple. Like, obviously, college sporting events, you hear about them selling out of alcohol all the time. Yeah. But little things like that, hot dog buns, man.
Or they know the fans are getting too out of hand and they're saying that they've run out of
Yeah.
alcohol. I know about that a few times. I'm a fan of one of the rowdiest fan bases in all of college football. I know what they do.
Oh,
every
yeah.
time again. Well, coming up next, guys, we're going to get into some NFL and college football news. We got an unhappy Cowboy and a former Vol coach thinks he can run for Congress. That's coming up next.
Here at Fields and Brown Barbershop, legacy means a lot. We're trying to fill big shoes left by my 2 uncles and my grandfather, where every haircut came with conversation and every customer left a little taller than when they walked in. The barbershop is about pride. It's about knowing your barber knows your name and your story. Come see us at Fields and Brown Barbershop, where tradition never goes out of style. 3 generations, 1 legacy, your barbershop.
Are you looking for the perfect refrigerator? What about a new stove or washer or dryer? It only makes sense to shop at the one place that specializes in appliances, top to bottom, big or small. And that's Kelly Appliance in Lawrenceburg. Kelly Appliance is home to all major name brands, including LG. LG makes life good with a full selection of refrigerators, cooking appliances, dishwashers, microwaves, and more, including appliances made right here in Tennessee. Family owned and family operated. Stop by Kelly Appliance on Jerry Street in Lawrenceburg today.
From our humble beginnings to today, Parks Lumber Company has continuously served Lawrence and surrounding counties for over a century. Although we started as a small lumber yard in 1896, we have grown to include everything you need to make your dream project come to life. No matter your building needs, our experienced staff will be with you every step of the way to ensure you receive the highest customer service and attention to detail you deserve. Visit us at 106 2nd Street or on Facebook. We guarantee you will see working with PLC is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Mac Brown has been providing photographic services for 55 years. During that time, Mac Brown photographers have photographed children, seniors, weddings, schools, musicians, and commercial businesses. The studio takes great pride in producing quality photographs and services for its many clients. While the studio has adapted as times have changed, their goal of providing excellent photography has remained constant. For more information or to schedule an appointment, visit their website at macbrownphoto.com or give them a call at 931-762-4263. Let the professionals at Mac Brown Photography turn your memories into treasures.
The storm doesn't ask. It takes. It tests. It pushes everything to its limit. Some things are built different. Some things are built to last. Tested by the elements. Proven by time. Engineered for whatever comes next. Summertown Metals. Strength in every storm. Building dreams that last.
You know, Storing Lee Furniture is not just some huge chain store, but we do have a 144,000 square foot showroom right here in Leoma, Tennessee.
The Story family has worked together in the business now for 55 years.
And a familiar face is here to help you with whatever you need. That's what being a part of the community right here in the Tennessee Valley means. And if you have an issue, we're right here to take care of it. And don't forget free delivery. We invite you to come see us. We're Storing Lee Furniture.
For high school athletes, every game counts. You push your limits and you chase your dreams. But when injury strikes, you need more than just recovery. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedics, we're here to get you back in the game faster and stronger. From cutting-edge treatments to personalized and compassionate care, we're here for your every move. Our specialized team of experts encompass decades of experience in sports-related injuries, Dr. Paul Thomas, Melanie Durham, and Julie Marcus offer the most comprehensive care from diagnosis to recovery. With advanced treatments and tailored rehabilitation plans, will help you heal stronger and faster. Trust Southern Tennessee Orthopedics to keep you at your best because your future is worth it.
Going the distance for local sports. This is X Sports Today.
Welcome everybody back to X Sports Live. X Sports Today. I'll do push.
We're live.
We're live.
We are live. Yeah.
I apologize. Taylor Plott, Hayden, Burks, Michael Marks. I'm AJ. Good guys. Let's get into some NFL news, and the drama never stops in Dallas. Oh,
Gotta keep them talking.
Micah Parsons. Is he in? Is he out? Is Jerry going to give him what he wants, or is Jerry just going to say, "Suck it up, we're not going to trade you"?
Well, first off, how long has he been there now?
What, 4 years, 5 years, maybe?
Yeah, it hadn't been like extremely long, but it's been a while.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, I just look at Micah Parsons. I mean, you know, when at the start of his career, he looked like an elite player, and then he's been showing some flaws. We've seen, I think, I'm going to say it, it's the Dallas Cowboys effect where he got that big head. You know, obviously, we've seen the Micah Parsons podcast show. I think he does a really good job as a media person. Don't get me wrong. I think he's still a whack job. But, yeah, I mean, it's just a weird situation in Dallas, and it feels like it's, you know, every year there's always something to talk about Dallas. You know, same thing with LeBron and the Lakers. And when it comes to NFL, it's always Dallas and something that's going on with Jerry Jones or whoever else. So, like I said, I don't know. I think Jerry Jones is eventually going to probably try fold. I could see either way going either way with it, but then it's just, I don't know. It's just Dallas.
Well, I saw something the other day, and I believe it was somebody on ESPN or Fox that was talking about this, and it was, if you promise Jerry Jones, you know, the 2 or 3 straight Super Bowls like they had in the late 90s, but he had to stay out of the media and he couldn't do post-game interviews, he wouldn't take that trade.
Yeah.
But, and it you know, for part of me, I do feel bad for Micah Parsons because I feel bad for anybody that has to play for the Dallas Cowboys because that organization at the top is so dysfunctional that, you know, you want your team and your president and your GM and all that guy to stick up for you, especially when you're one of their star players. And it just feels like there's a total disconnect between the players and the front office, and it doesn't look good for Micah Parsons' chances to come back to Dallas. You know, for them to re-sign him for, you know, what he believes he deserves, because he is an elite pass rusher. He's probably top 2 or 3 best pass rushers in the NFL, but, you know, when it comes to stopping the run, you know, Dallas it wasn't great at stopping the run last year. Obviously, we saw what Saquon did, ran all over the NFC East. So it definitely poses an interesting question for where Dallas goes from this, because obviously he's one of your biggest stars, and you're already looking like you're on the decline. You know, what's next for the Cowboys?
I have 2 things. And first off, starting with Jerry Jones, I have always been a firm believer, and will continue to be a firm believer until either he retires or something drastically changes with him. He needs to get his hand out of the entire pot that is the Dallas Cowboys. He needs to step back, and he needs to actually do what a owner does, which is you kind of take a step back, you look, you have people that do the stuff for you. You don't have your hand in almost every single thing that you need to do. He needs to remove that, because I do truly think at the end of the day, he is probably not one of, there's other reasons, but he's a big reason why they are the way that they are. And he just can't change because that's who he is. He thinks that he is the guy, and he has to do every little thing with that. On top of that, I do think Micah Parsons, obviously, he feels like he deserves money and everything. I get that. I do feel like, unless it's just an outrageous amount, that Jerry has been at least grateful in some of the money that he gives for players that deserve it. I know that Dak had that kind of back and forth action, but that was just like, I mean, an extremely high amount. Yeah. But if you're coming to him and say, hey, I need more money, and you're having a lackluster performance, well, him and along with any other boss is going to be like, No, because you're not proving yourself. But I get that, he wants to request more money. I get that, but prove your worth with that. And Jerry Jones of the Dallas Cowboys have proven that they will give you that raise unless it's just an outrageous amount.
Well, and you look at, when you see contracts come out, they're usually based off the last, let's say, quarter of the season.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't spectacular then. He did not have a great end of the season. Dallas obviously didn't have a great end of the season. So that's what they're looking at. It's like, okay, that's the guy we're getting next year. He's not worth all that money.
Yeah.
And we saw it a couple years with the Eagles. They had that great start to the season, like 12-1 or whatever, and they finished like 0-4, 0-5, and lost that first playoff game, and they wanted to fire Nick Sirianni.
Yep.
They judge you off what their last view of you was, and his isn't great. And obviously, I think he's one of the very few players in the NFL that I think can demand more money. Obviously, but I'm not sure if Dallas is in the position where they want to give him that much money and try to in one of those like a Dak Prescott contract where you stick around for 7 or 8 years.
I'm with you, Taylor. I think Jerry Jones obviously he needs to step back. I mean, be the president, but you can't be the GM and all that stuff. Let your own people do that. I will say he's starting to sound like another Jerry in another side of things. He's passed away, but I'm going to start calling him Jerry Krause at this point.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones, just because the recognition he needs for Dallas and just kind of overall everything they need. So,
well, how many if you go into a household, how many NFL owners can you name right now? Jerry Jones and
Tom Brady.
Is it Tepper that's with Carolina?
Exactly, my point. My point.
I think Tom Brady's
he's like a partial owner in Vegas.
Davises in Oakland.
Yeah.
I think the Bensons still own the Saints.
Yeah, I believe you're right. But again,
you're making a point.
Like if I say name an NFL owner, the first person that you're going to say 99% of the time is going to be Jerry Jones, and I don't think that should be the case. Yeah. If you're an owner, every Sunday you sit up in that box, the TV will give you 10 seconds of airtime and say, there's Jerry Jones, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, and that should be it. You don't need a press conference.
Well, Arthur Blank with the Falcons is
Blank.
Normally pretty out front and center, but you think of Jerry Jones, you think of Arthur Blank, and I don't think that's beneficial for these teams. These guys,
because look at where the Falcons and the Cowboys are currently at.
Most unpredictable teams.
Yeah, going on top of that, think about it. Outside of Jerry Jones and Arthur Blank, when do you see the owners actually talk?
Never.
Well, probably draft.
Yeah. Man,
that's what I was getting at.
Exactly.
Draft night. Or maybe if there was like a big, maybe it was the Sunday night football game, start of the season. You might have them talk. Or
yeah, like in a
But 98% of the time throughout the season and off season, you don't hear a word from him.
Robert Kraft. I mean, obviously some but his early years in New England, the Tom Brady era, you aren't hearing from him every week. You might hear from him at the end of the season, before the season, something like that. But he's not up there every week.
It's if you have anything, it's usually the GM or the head coach.
Yep.
We got Terry McLaurin out of Washington. Just when they get good, he
sat there through all those terrible years, and as soon as they get good, that's when he wants to sit out and demand more money.
Absolutely, man. Come on now. I'm with you, Terry. He's just.
I don't get it.
Is he towards the end of his contract? I hadn't really looked much into that. Is it towards the end?
He's towards the end, but I just don't understand how. Oh my gosh, I got a top 5 quarterback right now that I can get, my yardage up and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm sticking around.
Their offense was great last year, and it was partially because of him. I mean, because this not only changes his trajectory, but also the Commanders as a whole. Because now your wide receiver one's Deebo Samuel, who while is a pretty good receiver, is on the way down.
Yeah, he's on the back end.
It's college football news, especially for right here at home. Former University of Tennessee football coach Derek Dooley on Monday announced his 2026 Republican bid for the U.S. Senate seat in Georgia against Democratic incumbent John Ossoff. The 57-year-old Dooley is backed by Governor Brian Kemp. He has never held office before. He says he'll run as a political outsider. Dooley, who's the son of legendary University of Georgia coach Vince Dooley, is widely seen as a failure after his 3 years as a coach at Tennessee, compiling a 15-21 record. Since then, has been assistant coach with the Cowboys, the University of Minnesota, the Giants, and the University of Alabama.
Well, coaching, obviously.
He was a coach in the SEC for 3 years and won 4 conference games.
Yep.
Now, listen, I wish him nothing but the best. We're seeing him join, the guys like Tommy Tuberville, who was, coach at Auburn for a while, and then, joined the Senate in Alabama. We saw Tom Osborne spend some time in the House in Nebraska. So, interesting. I mean, if you told me a former SEC coach was running for political office, Derek Dooley would probably be near the bottom of that list.
Just stay away from Knoxville.
The comment that I made to you, I know it sounded bad because I know he's still around, he's still among us, but I told you, it's like he's still a thing. Like I honestly didn't even realize that he was. I mean, I don't know what to think about it. I mean, obviously he's going into the political side, and he's in Georgia, so he's not in my state, but I mean, I don't know what his beliefs are or anything.
We don't know anything about the guy when it comes to political side.
From the political side, but the only thing I will say is, obviously hats off to him if he wants to try this and see how it goes. I do think just from a kind of American political side, I do feel like there's a lot more people who want to try to be that outsider that goes in. I feel like there's a little bit more something appealing about that, but I don't know what his side is. Obviously, like I said, it's Georgia, so he's not in my state. Yep. But see how it goes. It's worked for some people. Tommy Tuberville.
Yep. Because he's been in the Senate for a while now.
Been for a while. Herschel Walker, that's the guy that came to mind. He's the one that
ran
against,
for governor of Georgia, I believe.
No, it was for the Senate. It was for the Senate seat for I'm blank on who defeated him, but yeah.
I mean, it's interesting. I mean, the name Vince Dooley obviously carries a lot of power in Georgia. I'm not sure how much that'll help his son. But hey, more if this all goes well for him, more power to him. Yeah. I think it could be an interesting next step in his career.
Yeah. Warnock,
I think it went good because he obviously destroyed Tennessee football for a while. So
he did.
One of the many.
Yeah.
One of the many because he was right after
Kiffin.
Wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. And we hired a guy that had a losing record at Louisiana Tech.
Gotta love it.
That shows how bad of a spot Tennessee was in.
But hey, you know what? Things have changed now. Y'all are better.
Join the hype.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, way, way better. Well, guys, coming up next, it's time to play some Name That Schedule when we return here on Exports Live.
Jack Davis Insurance, located at 201 West Gain Street in Lawrenceburg, has you covered through life's obstacles. Jack Davis specializes in group insurance for businesses and institutions of all sizes. With coverage for life, accidents, cancer, critical illness, short-term disability, dental, and vision, Jack Davis can customize a plan to meet every need. Now available Medicare plans for seniors. Contact Paige Davis at 931-492-9284 today for Medicare Supplement, Medicare Advantage, and prescription drug plan insurance. Serving Lawrence and surrounding counties since 1987, call the team at Jack Davis Insurance today at 931-242-5225.
Good Works at Home, formerly known as The Summit at Home, is a licensed, non-skilled agency dedicated to helping you maintain your independence at home for as long as possible. Our compassionate and caring staff provide support in various areas, including dressing, bathing, personal hygiene, transportation, cleaning, and companionship. Please call our office about services, payment options, and long-term care policies at 931-762-2310. We look forward to assisting you with keeping your independence longer.
Hey, this is Phil Hooper. Get the look you want for your favorite school, church, or business with apparel from HD Ink Screen Printing in Leoma, Tennessee. Got a logo you need embroidered or screen printed? Let HD Ink give you the professional look that sets the bar in today's world. We do fundraisers and custom designed apparel and so much more. Call today, 931-201-2961, or come see us at our new shop located at 26 Ingram Road in Leoma. Remember, HD Ink for the look you want and the look you deserve.
For the best meal from south of the border, head to Cocina Real in Puente Grande for lunch and dinner. With a wide array of mouth-watering entrees, there's something for everyone on the menu. And you can't forget the cheese dip. They'll treat you like family, and you'll never leave hungry. Make Cocina Real Mexican Restaurant and Puente Grande Mexican Restaurant your choice for authentic cuisine, located in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
At C&B Linen, fast, friendly, and reliable service is our promise to you. Because you're not just a customer, you're family. From multi-use linen to branded floor coverings and a complete range of cleaning supplies, C&B Linen is here to make sure you have everything you need. From our high-quality products to our fast, friendly, and reliable service, you'll experience the difference with C&B Linen. Because you're not just a client, you're part of our family. You'll be winning with C&B Linen.
Going the distance for local sports. This is X Sports Today.
Welcome back to X Sports Today. AJ Good with Taylor Plott, Hayden Burks, and Michael Marks. Guys, before we get into Name That Schedule, speaking of some college football, but before we get to that, some breaking news is coming down. De'Aaron Fox has agreed to a 4-year, $229 million maximum contract extension with the franchise. Clutch Sport CEO Rich Paul told ESPN Max still secures Fox's future in San Antonio through the 29-30 season.
That's a lot of money. I mean, that's nearly $65 million a year, or somewhere around in that realm. It's a lot of money, but I think De'Aaron Fox is probably seen as that number 2 guy. I mean, maybe the field general in San Antonio. Obviously, they got a lot of young pieces. He's I guess seen as a veteran on that team. Obviously, he's not the youngest guy anymore, probably around 28 to 30, but he's seen as the veteran on that guy, and he's getting paid veteran money.
Yeah. I mean, I think just overall, you kind of look at where the Spurs are, and they're probably in a unreal, just like future position.
Yep.
Got probably one of the best big man, if not maybe the best big man coming up in this upcoming year. I mean, we'll just have to see what he does.
Dylan Harper.
Obviously, he's got to stay healthy. Yeah, Dylan Harper. They got him with the second pick. They got that kid from from Arizona.
Yep, Johnson. I think
that Johnson guy. Sharpshooter, big 3 and 4, stretch 4 type of guy that can shoot from the corners or just anywhere you really want him to. I think they're in a great spot. San Antonio is. I'm not sure, if De'Aaron Fox is a long-term thing for San Antonio, just because you look at overall, if Harper becomes that, that number 1 point guard, where's Fox going to fit in?
Yeah.
So, maybe when he has an expiring contract in San Antonio is towards the top, and then there's maybe some bench pieces. I mean, we've seen Oklahoma City, if you got depth, and you like Indiana as well, you've got depth in this NBA today, you can go far with that. So maybe, they could trade him for an expiring contract. Like I said, I think he's a good veteran presence, but like I said, I just don't know if he's a long-term thing for San Antonio, so we'll just have to see.
Yeah, I was actually kind of surprised. I thought that they were going to, with Harper being there, and they might trade him away, get some other pieces.
Well, I think this, usually it's hard to tell, usually before a signing, if the signing is good or bad. I think this was a perfect signing for the length, 4 years. That gives these young guys long enough to kind of get their footing in the NBA, be able to identify themselves for, as some solid pieces, and then you get to the last year of that contract, has De'Aaron Fox been playing pretty good? Okay, cool. We'll take a first round and one of your role players, and we'll go make the playoffs.
I kind of feel the same way. I think that the lengthwise and everything, I think plays well. And who's to say that you get to year 2 or 3 of the contract, and okay, might need to dish him out. But going back to what you said, Michael, I feel like that is a good veteran presence, and you got a lot of young guys coming up. And I feel like being able to have him be established for 4 years potentially, I think that bodes well for him.
Also, college football, leaning right into Name That schedule. The coaches poll has been released. The top of the list, you got Texas 1, Ohio State 2, Penn State 3, Georgia 4, Notre Dame 5, Clemson 2, Oregon 7, Alabama 8, LSU 9, Miami 10. Then you got Arizona State, Illinois, South Carolina, Michigan, Ole Miss, SMU, Florida, Tennessee 18, Indiana 19, Kansas State, Texas A&M, Iowa State, BYU, Texas Tech, and Boise State. Those receiving first place votes, Texas with 28, Ohio State 20, Penn State 14, Georgia 3. Nothing for Notre Dame, and Clemson got 2 first place votes in the coaches.
Where's Alabama?
8.
Alabama is 8.
8, okay.
I feel like that's a good spot, and obviously there's a lot of, not necessarily I would say hype, at least from my standpoint. I don't view it as hype. I just feel like it's more, we have better expectations this time around, and I feel like the team is going to be a better version than what we saw last year. I like them at 8 because I feel like, obviously this is the coaches poll, and I feel like that's a good number to have to where we still expect, or the coaches obviously still expect, that they have a good quality team, and we'll have them through the season. But also it's not too far back to where it's like we're not too sure.
Right.
But I feel like eight's a good spot, and I do feel like that this Alabama team is going to be a better version of what we saw last year. But the top 5, honestly, the top 6, I can't really complain about that.
That's not much to complain about.
I can just feel it. We're getting closer to October, and then Fox is going to try to make us care about watching Ohio State and Penn State again. Just run the ball 60 times. But anyway, I think it's a great. There's not really anything I'm too mad about on that list. Obviously, Tennessee at 18.
I think that's fair.
I think that's great. I was totally expecting
21.
Yeah, somewhere in the mid.
Especially with the quarterback, just kind of who's going to do it.
I'll take 18. I personally probably would have put him at like 20, 21, something like that.
That's still a solid.
And that's one of those places where if they're not as good as we think they are, okay, it doesn't look too bad to drop them off. But hey, if they're really good, we saw it. Let's move them up a little bit.
I'd say 2022, we were unranked to start the season.
Yep, 26th.
All right, well, now it's time, guys, for Name That schedule. This one, you're going to get this one. All right. Home versus Marshall, home versus Austin P, at Tennessee, week off. Home versus Alabama, home versus Kentucky, at Auburn, home versus Ole Miss, week off. Neutral versus Florida, at Mississippi State, home versus Texas, home versus Charlotte, at Georgia Tech.
Georgia. The Dogs.
Why do I even put SEC teams on this anymore? I do not know. Okay, our next schedule. At UCLA, home versus Cal Poly, at Wyoming, home versus Texas Tech, at West Virginia, week off. Home versus Arizona State, at BYU, home versus Colorado, home versus Cincinnati, week off. At Baylor, home versus Kansas, home versus Kansas State, then at Kansas.
Arizona.
Nope.
Oh.
You brought the Wyomings, and I'm trying to remember who they had on their schedule.
This guy knows it by heart.
By this point. Oh, man.
Say they start off with UCLA. This is a Big 12.
Is it Texas Tech?
No, they were on the schedule.
They were on the schedule.
UCLA, who do they play usually?
Is Colorado?
No, Colorado was on there.
No, Colorado's on it. That's right.
Oklahoma State?
No. TCU?
Nope.
Who was the last game?
Last game is at Kansas.
At Kansas.
Man, I don't.
You said Arizona, right?
Yeah,
Arizona
State's on it.
Kansas State's in the schedule too, isn't it?
Yeah.
We already did.
Oh, is it Iowa State?
No.
Arizona State.
No.
They're on. I think they were on it.
They were on it too. Okay.
Did we say BYU? Is it them?
BYU's on the schedule.
Oh my goodness! What other Big 12 teams are there?
Houston?
Nope.
Oh,
UCF?
It's Central Florida. Is it not Central Florida? Oh gosh.
No, if I.
Oh my gosh, it's Utah.
It is Utah.
Oh my gosh! I was thinking, I was like UCLA. Who are they?
So I'm looking at the map of the United States in my head right now, and for some reason I just put like Colorado right on top of Utah, and then just forgot about it.
I started thinking maybe that was it, but I wasn't sure.
I was like, it's one of those Pac-12 teams.
It's one of the Pac-12 teams, and the thing, going back to that Wyoming schedule, that used to be each year they would play each other for a long time, I think, and they've started to try to get that back together.
Hey, I'm cool. I love old rivalries getting back together.
Yeah, Mountain West for
Mountain West.
A long time. Yep. Yeah. All right, guys. Next school. Home versus Montana State. Home versus Oklahoma State at Northwestern. Home versus Oregon State at Penn State. Week off. Home versus Indiana at Rutgers. Home versus Wisconsin, week off at Iowa. Home versus Minnesota. Home versus USC at Washington.
Iowa State? Oh, wait, no, that's Big Ten. That's Big Ten.
Washington. Oregon?
Yeah.
There you go.
That's right. They always play last meeting.
All right. Home versus Elon. Home versus Illinois at Tulane. Home versus NC State at Syracuse at Cal, week off. Home versus Georgia Tech, week off, at Clemson, at UConn, home versus Virginia, at North Carolina, home versus Wake Forest.
Duke.
Damn.
Wake Forest.
The Illinois one gave it away.
Yep.
Whew. Okay. All right, here we go. Only time I can really stump you guys.
Let's do it.
Is the group of 5. Okay.
We'll just do a Sunbelt or Conference USA teams because we obviously don't know what teams are in those conferences.
At UMass, home versus Howard, home versus Oklahoma, at Georgia Tech, week off, home versus UTSA, home versus Navy, at Charlotte, at Tulsa, home versus East Carolina, at Army, week off, home versus Tulane, at North Texas.
Okay, so it's an American.
It's an American conference.
Temple.
He got it, didn't he? First,
I heard UMass, and that's the first name that came to it. I had to think, but that's what I thought.
Okay, so what I was gonna can I tell you what I was can I tell you how I broke this down? Okay,
Other than just knowing my passcode on my iPad.
Okay, so do you remember a couple weeks ago when we were doing like the guess the mascot?
Yeah.
Okay, so when we got to the American, there's like 6 teams that are the Owls in there.
Yes.
So I was literally just going to go through all the Owls, and I was going north to south.
And you just started with Temple.
Temple.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was like, do I start with FAU or Temple?
Well,
pick another one.
The moment I said Oklahoma, I'm like, oh, that might give it away. Because I didn't know that they're.
I thought it was going to be Tulane.
Because they're playing.
Because
that's what I thought. I thought it was Tulane.
But you never said Ole Miss.
Yeah. Well, Tulane's got Duke. That's their big FCS. I didn't know that Oklahoma's coming. I mean, they're playing at Lincoln Financial.
Yeah.
He said UMass, and I said, okay, it's either got to be Temple.
You got to do a bonus one today.
I do. I'm going to stump you guys. One freaking point.
Hey, we're back to back on group of 5.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
I feel better about myself.
I feel worse about it. All right, here we go. Home versus Chattanooga, at Georgia State, at Troy, home versus Arkansas, at Florida Atlantic, home versus Tulsa, week off, at UAB, home versus USF, at Rice, home versus Tulane, at East Carolina, week off, home versus Navy.
Is it ETSU?
No.
Army.
No.
Oh, you said last Navy, so I just went with
ETSU. They're FCS.
Oh.
That's right.
This is this conference? What's?
Is this also the American?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's American. Okay.
No, they're CUSA.
It's UTSA that's in the American.
American.
I literally had a team in my head. Hold on, can you start it over again? Like do the first 4 games?
You said Chattanooga.
Chattanooga, at Georgia State, at Troy, home versus Arkansas.
Okay, see, I was gonna say Arkansas State, but they're not conference.
Is Georgia Southern
Sunbelt.
American? Yeah. Or are they Sunbelt?
Is who?
Sunbelt. Both are Sunbelt.
Okay.
I was gonna say Central Arkansas, but they're Sunbelt.
No, they're in UNA's.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're in that new one.
UAC/ASUN.
What was the last game again?
Home versus Navy on a Thursday.
Navy on Thursday.
Okay. After a week off. That's pretty good schedule breakdown. 5 week off. 5 week off.
I'm trying to remember my American teams now because they've just been moving around all over the place.
James Madison's like Sunbelt, right?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
I was thinking
East
Kennesaw
Carolina
State too, but there's Sun Belt.
There's Sunbelt. East Carolina.
No, they're on this.
Okay.
Actually, they
Charlotte.
Oh, that's a good
it's
pull.
at Charlotte.
That was a good pull though.
They play 2 Fridays and a Thursday game.
Gosh, I could have sworn I saw somebody playing Chattanooga week 1. I can't think of who it is. Who plays Chattanooga week 1?
I'm just still trying to go through some of the American teams.
Yeah, because it's not FAU.
I think I know my sweet spot against you guys, but I'm going to run out of schools.
Yeah. Well, no, because I'm thinking of the exact same region, and I'm trying to pull a school out of there.
Yeah.
Old Dominion.
I was about to say them.
Sunbelt.
But they were, I couldn't remember if they were Sunbelt or American.
So, it's got to be an American.
Memphis.
Wow,
It's the state. It's in state. Yeah. We don't think of the in state.
That's true.
Quiz you on Tennessee schools.
Yeah,
that's true.
Wyoming and Temple, bam.
Yeah. Memphis and NTSU, we just completely lost.
Exist.
That just shows you how much of a UT fan we are. There's only one school, really.
Memphis won, 9, 10 games?
Yeah, they were good.
Pretty good.
They were good.
They beat my boys in a bowl game. You know, they almost gave it away there at the end, but
that was a good game. That was a good game. The Liberty Bowl or whatever it was last year.
Pretty good.
I heard in my mind Chattanooga. I'm like, okay, I've seen their schedule.
It's got to be in state.
Yeah,
it's
I've
got to be
seen
in
their
state.
schedule, and I just couldn't think of who.
Do
it
I
was.
need to go to FCS schools at this point?
Oh gosh, that adds how many more schools to the mix? Like 160 or something.
All right, just for fun, because we got a little bit of time.
Oh, he's pulling it back out.
Just for fun. All right. I'm not going to totally kill you guys on this one. I just want to see if you know your FCS conferences.
All right. Oh gosh.
Okay.
Is it still named the school or renaming the conference?
No, it's named the school.
It's named the school.
Named the school. Okay. See how well. Okay, here we go. At the Citadel, at Tennessee State, home versus Southeast Missouri, week off, home versus South Dakota, at Illinois State, home versus Southern Illinois, at Indiana State, at South Dakota State, home versus Youngstown State, at North Dakota, home versus Northern Iowa, home versus St. Thomas.
South Dakota State?
No, they're on this.
Oh, they're on that. Okay.
Well, so it's the Big Sky.
Yes.
No.
No, it's not.
No.
Man, they got a brutal schedule. Yeah. For some reason, like off those first couple of games, I was feeling UT Martin.
No,
not
UT Martin is in the. They're not. They're in the.
Are they OVC?
I was about to say, is this Ohio Valley?
No, they're in the big. No, it's got a valley.
Missouri Valley. Missouri State.
No, they're FBS now.
They're
oh, that's right. They did move up.
Mm-hmm.
They've moved up. Yep.
Is St. Louis an FCS team?
They are, but they are in that independent. They're in that independent non-scholarship.
The Billiken.
Patriot League. I believe it's not the Patriot League. It's the Pioneer League.
I remember they made the NCAA tournament a couple of years.
Youngstown State. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to think.
So that's
who all does Youngstown State play? Because I remember
the Missouri Valley Conference.
With that one.
Is Wichita State in that?
No, Wichita State.
They haven't had a football program since the 90s.
Oh, they don't have a football program?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, not since 1994.
Yeah.
Wow. Actually did not know that.
And they were actually pretty decent for, like, they had a couple of good years in the late 80s, early 90s.
Missouri Valley, I'm blanking off that.
It's the SEC or the FCS.
I feel like I'm right there. Like
I'm trying to picture region.
Is it Austin Peay?
No, they're in UNA's.
Okay. Because I'm thinking of this little area.
Yeah.
I think you got us.
Well, I might just request one more hint.
I'm out.
Are you able to give a, not obviously precise location, but a roundabout location of where they are?
Upper Midwest.
Upper Midwest.
They're
I don't know
one
if
of the
that
best programs in FCS.
Oh.
Interesting.
So are we looking at like a North Dakota State?
No. Are they in the Missouri Valley?
Yes, they are.
Wow, I thought they were Big Sky.
I was thinking, I thought so too. I was going to say them, but you said Missouri Valley, and I thought they were Big Sky.
They've been in the Missouri Valley for a long time.
Wow,
I did not know that.
Okay. So here's the Missouri Valley. It is Illinois State, Indiana, Murray State, which they just switched over.
And see, that's the team I was trying to think of, and then you said Upper Midwest, and I was like,
South Dakota State, South Dakota, Southern Illinois, Youngstown State, Northern Iowa, North Dakota State, North Dakota. That's that league. The Big Sky is Cal Poly, Eastern Washington, Idaho State, Montana State, which most people think North Dakota State and Montana are in the same league.
They're not.
Yeah.
Northern Arizona, Northern Colorado, Portland State, Sacramento State, UC Davis.
That's what threw me off. I just put North Dakota and South Dakota, and North Dakota State, South Dakota State on the Big Sky.
Yeah, because I know that they're in the same conference because that has been the best FCS matchup for like the past several years. But
man, nothing makes me think Missouri Valley quite like North Dakota.
I'm going to have to remember that now because I could have swore that it was like the Big Sky or something.
We need to FCS educate you.
Yeah.
If you're going to be covering UNA, you got to know your FCS. All right. Well, that will do it for X Sports today. I'm AJ Good, Taylor Plott, Hayden Burks, and Michael Marks. We'll see you guys once again tomorrow.
Going the distance for local sports. This is X Sports Today.